for it for just so long, and you just got to hope that that pixel comes through. But if you miss the timing there, that gets really, really unfortunate. You start to see the flank coming in and collapsing in on the attacking side. So a good pickup, and Sonic is the last left alive and the last hopes for Windsor in the round.
Good pickup indeed, and it all comes down to Sonic still sitting outside. 42 seconds remaining on the clock. He's got to get himself the diffuser, and, well, I mean, he's got to get inside the building at all. Down he goes. First round in the pocket of the defense. York leading the charge.
Work into this now from positioning-wise, and which one of the two pairs is able to isolate a 1 versus 2 first. Good awareness. Utility down. Close door from Thunder Wizard. Just looking to try and probe and search. We're on board here with Minsk, who's also trying to steal the way through towards the site. 15 seconds left on the clock. Something's going to have to happen now, Zek.
Nitro rips onto the... Oh, not going to be able to find it. Misk ends up finding Thunder Wizard uniquely, ends up finishing it off, and University of Windsor end up taking a round and evening us back on out. He has the diffuser on hand, but all angles are watching this one lone player, this one entry point. He's not going to be able to push on in at this rate. Gets swung, gets knocked. Tox ends up getting a triple kill and ending out the round for the defense, York.
And we see it again. Tox is
location for Castle Barricade, zoning him off of that one entry point. Has 3 defenders he has to chew through, but if with the HP bar of that Valkyrie, maybe not as much. Looks around by the piano, but doesn't snap onto the frost in time. Gabba holding the angle hard, ends up cleaning up and cleaning the round. York, now we're getting a little bit closer to even on the player count, but man, Tox just being able to walk right in through their own breach, the attacker's own breach, push right in behind them and find 1, 2, clean it on up and bringing things to a much nicer standpoint for York. I honestly gotta wonder, what's it going to take? Do we just need to shut down Tox? Do we need to lock him down? 15 seconds ticking down on the clock, and it looks like University of Windsor going for the push in, unfortunately locking down, finding that Malusi sitting right in that hallway, not able to push on in. Down goes Elder Sigma, and it's all on uniquely, but time has run out.
That's an insane little round there coming out, and Tox is on a tear.
And it looks like a good approach from York onto this site. Now, they did open the main breach back over on Snowmobile side, so that's good. They're going to be able to have some vision going across site, or even some possible vision. You know, so long as you put in the defense's head that somebody might be peeking this angle, you might be solid. No name ripping on through the current breach where they're pushing, ends up knocking down Elder Sigma. The diffuser's going down. The first time the diffuser's made its way on down, and Tox realized we got to get back. We got to retake site. Julian's Rumglass ends up knocking down Thunder Wizard. Time ticking down. Members are watching. Julian's Rumglass gets retraded out, fragged out. Sonic ends up picking up Gabba. Shifts, knocks out Sonic as the refrag and uniquely finishes off Tox.
It's just Shifts, and that's going to be the end of the round, as well as No Name decides there's no more games to be played for this round for Shifts.
As soon as that door broke open, but man, it was just York covering themselves. Thunder Wizard ends up going down to uniquely. Minsk falls to Gabba. A nice little 1-for-1, make it a 1-for-2 as Gabba ends up getting a double kill onto No Name. Elder Sigma going down to uniquely. Another double kill for the defender of University of Windsor as well. Now 2-3 scenario. Man advantage for the offense, and uniquely's HP bar has seen some better days.
I don't understand how that's gone that way, and ridiculously somehow, there's Tox to be able to knock one. Won't be a round gone without Tox being in the kill feed, and then Gabba closes it out. So just to
uniquely ends up knocking down Shifts. 2 members remaining for York. Uniquely lurking around up top. Gabba finds Sonic, and now we're getting close to evening things out, but the diffuser's going down. Getting planted. Does nobody on site see what's going on? The Scopo switches to his clone, but the diffuser gets planted. They're able to get outside nice and cleanly. I stand corrected, and not nice and clean at all.
Here we go. We're almost out. It was almost slick, smooth, and robbery inside of the action, but apparently this is a no-fly zone for thievery. This is... Oh, never mind. Speaking of which, Gabba's going to make some magic. 1, 2. Gabba's down, and in we come for the victory.
The clock. Diffuser in hand for Thunder Wizard as they are closing on in to the site. The only problem is they have a line of sight open in, but is it going to be enough? They spotted the one on the ground. A piano ended up having to stand up with a swing on the breach as No Name ends up knocking down Thunder Wizard, and Sonic finishes off Shifts. University of Windsor defend another one, closing the gap ever so. Pickup, but there's still 4 members remaining, but there's only 45 seconds remaining, cracked, and another member off the board for the defense as Elder Sigma ends up picking up Sonic. It's gonna come down to the Aruni, and there she goes. Elder Sigma finding a second, and that's gonna put the round away for York, taking us to
He's gone.
That's it. Chad. Chat, where are we going right now, chat? 6-4, 20 seconds to go. Thunder Wizard against 3 members. The lay down the shots. That's it. And University of Windsor have won the round, pulled it back. 1 more to go. Still match shifts. Good luck, my friend.
And I don't know if you're a Black Eyed Peas fan, but I got a feeling, and it feels like our slightly burnt out record of the mockery of Julian's rum glass has finally gone international platinum, because Julian's heard us now and he's come back with a response of his own. 3 fantastic frags find success, and here in shifts is losing a little bit of his HP. So last member left alive on York University. There he goes down, and it's uniquely finishing it off. And well, we're overtime bound, baby.
Overtime. Shifts inside already, looking to get some pressure on the site. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 members lurking around on the first floor of the lobby. Hey, Uniquely, let's see if you find the diffuser carrier. Uniquely ends up finding Thunder Wizard. The opening pick of the round ends up getting trapped in the corner. Good damage comes off. Julian's rum glass finds Gabba. Uniquely finds a second under Elder Sigma. 3 members down for the offense.
It's not clean from Uniquely on the second as well, though, but he swings with confidence, and the confidence allows him to continue on with the spray, gets it converted through. That's Uniquely for a third, and, well, Windsor in overtime are here to play. It's all left last on Tox, and I don't know, man. I don't want to say it's over till it's over, because this is Tox, and if we have seen anything from Tox in this game so far, it's that they have many moves magical to be able to deploy, but not moves like Jagger when No Name's in the stream. Here he slides on in and slams that one home. Tox not being given a whiff of a chance. Hopes left alive for map 1 after such a strong start and a great cushion put in from a defending half. Now having to fight for their lives and push the advantage that they've got in the numbers. 3 versus 2 shots ring out from both sides. Ammunition's going to start becoming a problem. Gavin finds 1. Julian's rum glass gets 1 back into Elder Sigma. 2 versus 1, and there's Gavin for the finisher.
We're going all the way. We're going to 15, ladies and gentlemen, here in map.
On the angle inside. Tox also in a good position to try and repel this attack. Inside gets spotted. No Name wins the battle into Tox, though, and that's a big pickup from Windsor. Tox, one of the big frags now, down in the ground. 3 left alive on York University side. Windsor with 5 still left, although 4.3 at this point in time. No Name goes down to shift. Sonic takes out Sigma. Thunder Wizard finishes off Minsk. Bad stripes in the kill feed.
2 versus 3 scenario. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Thunder Wizard is holding on to that diffuser. Shifts ends up finding Julian's rum glass. 2 versus 2 scenario. Now as Shifts needs to pull out that goo mine. It does end up doing so, but HPs have been better before. Pixel Peak not going to be able to find it. Throwing down another goo mine. Going to step on now. Diffuser is going down. Thunder Wizard on site is getting held off. A little rip of the nitro by Uniquely ends up knocking down Thunder Wizard. Time ticking down. He doesn't get it. Map number 1 goes to University of Windsor.
I'm mind blown. What a game. 8-7. Windsor coming out on top as victors after York put. Just now we're going to have match number 2 to be able to see the 2 teams clash off again and potentially take us to a 3rd deciding map. Now, we've said that the second map that we're going to be going to is border and it is defensive sided. The question I'm going to ask you now, and I'm sorry, Zach, but we'll put you on the spot for the first time. Are we going to a deciding map? Are York University tying this up? Or is this going to be done and dusted for Windsor right here?
Well, border is going to be York's map pick. They are going to be starting on offense on still a relatively balanced map. This could go either way. York showed a lot of aggression back on Chalet. I'm expecting similar, if not amped up aggression. They want this map. They know what they're doing and they're ready to gun at it. Lots of angles to cut through. Lots of open space that needs to get paid attention to, okay? Quite literally an entire open area that, if not watched, will cut clean across the map. There needs to be vision, and well, Valkyrie getting knocked off the board. There goes some of that vision. Aggression getting removed with the Blackbeard from the offense. Brava as well getting knocked on out of here, and there goes the Azami. But some things that I'm seeing still available that help that aggression.
Gabba's been given the diffuser there, brought up by Tox and dropped off. Oh,
he's going for it.
Planted. He's actually just going to hard commit to this. They're going to try and get him through the floor. This is crazy. Oh, there's the C4. There's a great throw out. Minsk with the breach charge, using the utility to the greatest advantage up through the floor. This is then going to be doubled down on. Diffuser going down for the second time. Sigma steps up and is also going to get taken out. It's just shots through the floor. Everybody's forgetting about the death from below. And the York University side are being picked off member after member whilst trying to pick up the diffuser and go back again. It's almost like deja vu on the death site.
Nice little 1-2 diffuser locked in sight with 5 members of University of Windsor. Thunder Wizard ends up going down to Julian's rum glass. Tox gets some good bullets off onto the Jaeger, ends up finding 1 at least for this offensive push of York. Aggression was the name of the game. The drop down from the bandit. Tox finds 1 more before going down. First round in the pocket of University of Windsor. They played that one. Equally ends up finding shifts. Diffuser canceled. Thunder Wizard picked it on up. Waiting for a good opportunity. Elder Sigma finds Uniquely. It all comes down to the lone Doc. Ends up getting shots ripping on through. Minsk finds Tox. Heals himself back up, getting collapsed on. Diffuser getting planted. Thunder Wizard gonna stick it this time. Maybe, maybe not. You don't need to. Gabba ends up knocking down Minsk. And that is gonna be another one on the board for York. Straight through A, through B. Can they get the shots though? Gabba connects onto No Name. 1 off the board for the defense. Things are even back out as we get down to the 30-second mark. With time ticking, they need to push themselves on in. Shots ripping on through. They have mirror windows available. They have the ability to hold this one off. Can they get the push in? Here goes Gabba. Goes for the plant. Nobody can see him. They can't find him. Can he stick it? Can he hold it? He cannot. Julian's Rum Glass finds him, gets free frag. Shifts ends up finishing off Julian's Rum Glass. It all comes down to Shifts. Goes in for the plant. 6 seconds now. Time ticking down. Run upstairs. Where's Minsk? He's off site. The plant gets stuck. The plant goes off. He gets spotted. He gets out of there.
There's absolutely no way that Shifts has managed to slide his way on out of sight. He had just fractions of seconds to be able to get the defuse down. Goes in, pros don't fake, clutches in for the activation. It's down. Windsor finds the diffuser, but Shifts puts Minsk down and closes out the round.
The nail in the coffin, right?
Set. And we all know how good it is being top of the kill board, but if you were able to play your life, you just demand pressure and you take control of an area of a map that just causes so much frustration for the enemy team by you not giving your life up for free. The Gabba is currently popping off and helping York University commit. Boss, we're talking about that. Tox picks up first blood onto Minsk.
Shifts ends up getting knocked on down, though. Needs to get picked up. Shots rip on through. Tox finds himself a second one onto Sonic. 2 members down now for University of Windsor. Make it 3. The triple kill for Tox as Julian's Rum's Glass gets out of here. The quad for Tox ends up finding No Name. Can he make it on map 2? Can he get the ace? He was denied it back on Chalet. He's hunting. He's searching. He's looking for it. Has the mirror window to his advantage and gets denied by his own teammate. Close out of the round, and York University take 4 rounds here. A bit of a pick play themselves with this one. And the rest is very bunker down heavy. I mean, you got the bandit. There goes your pulse. Gabba ends finding 1, finds 2 as No Name gets knocked down as well. A good 2-piece right now for Gabba. York University leading the charge, but Elder Sigma ends up getting knocked by Uniquely, getting immediately refragged by Thunder Wizard, and Julian's Rum Glass finds Shifts.
Remember from the last match, this was where Tox puts it down to a 1v3, and we had Julian's Rum Glass getting 1 short of being able to finish it off for the ace. Julian's now picks up his first in the 1 versus 3 this time around. Is it deja vu scenario? Could be either fashion. There goes Julian's for the second, but Tox is more than ready for him to refrag and pick up the trade, and it goes exactly as it did the last time in the 1.
I'm thinking, and that's my mindset. Tox straight there on that as well. Little turn on the corner, finds 1, finds 2. Gabba knocks him on down and out of here as Minsk ends up returning onto Tox.
Talked about it. Knocks 1, knocks 2. It's bowling alley syndrome as not Tox this time, but Gabba gets the double. Minsk puts Tox down and finds a double of their own as Elder Sigma pays the second price. 2 for 2 aside, 3 players left alive. A short discussion between Julian's Rum Glass and Gabba finds Gabba the loser in that one.
Offense members still very healthy, looking good. Minsk ends up knocking down Thunder Wizard, and it's going to come down to Shifts. The lone Mira has potential, has a nitro, has plenty of ways to deny this one. Good Rosero drone coming in from the floors to flush this one out. Honestly, they have the tools available to them. I'm not surprised by that outcome. Really great turnaround coming in from University of Windsor. That's what we needed to see. A lovely hole that ended up getting made as a result. Tox ends up knocking down Minsk. 2 members of the offense off the board. Here comes the call. All of the defenders have been spotted out, but I don't think they mind. Play through it. Who cares if they know where we're at? We'll win them in the gunfights.
Good mentality to have if you're up on top, but the other one trying to fight back from a disadvantage, going 50 for 50 in these egos is Very tough. Sonic comes out on top against Shifts, and that's going to be a quick one for the University of Windsor side. No name for Tox. Sigma does slide running into Julian's rum glass, though. Door frames and windows, doors and corners, everything calls you out in pain when it comes to not checking the right thing. And speaking of not checking, the strafe across the door almost made Thunder Wizard pay the price. Sonic's trying his best. No name goes down. Gabba finding that one. Takes out the camera. 2 down the corridor. Pain, the only thing going to be found if pushing down here. Actually, 1 rotates away. It could be unfortunate timing here.
Sonic.
Back the other way.
He spotted out. Oh!
Oh, what a ridiculous shot. There's no way.
Was that prediction? What was that? Oh, wow. What a shot coming in from Sonic. I threw up my hands on that one. That one just caught me off guard. 44 seconds remaining. Does not have the diffuser in hand. This is a big thing. If York knows where the diffuser is, which they don't because now it's in the hands of Sonic, they can't just play it. Gonna hack, gonna get the cams, gonna get the vision for your team. Now they can make some call-outs. 30 seconds to go, though. And both members of York, well, know exactly where this Dokebi is if she keeps rubbing up against the wall. And now the Dokebi knows exactly where the defender is sitting around the corner. Doesn't matter. They're close. They are watching the one doorway. You have to enter. Shots rain on through. The Dokebi low. Down she goes. Elder Sigma ends up getting the kill on the Sonic, and York take us to match point.
That was a great attempt on
the Warden pick on Tox, the person who's been on his own roaming around. Demo spots out the Shifts over here, gets some good damage off onto the Frost. Gabba, though, ends up finishing off Julian's rum glass, and now they will not be tracking their teammates any longer.
No name finds one onto Gamma to return, though. Minsk finds Shifts as well, and that's 2 quick pickups from the Windsor side, which is going to turn the numbers back in their favor. Sigma also surviving on a sliver of health for the time being. Practically makes it a 2v4 right now. Minsk only left on half of their own. Here comes the Thunder, here comes the Roar. Shots firing out as the roof is disintegrated in front of the eyes of Elder Sigma with that minimal health left alive. Popping up comes the charge. Great shots out of No Name to defuse on that utility. Tox, however, finds uniquely through the gap. Sonic for 1, No Name for 2, and it's not stopping. Minsk is there to finish it. Windsor take the round.
Man, I was looking at this, all this pressure coming in. Those angles, we were talking about it even earlier on this map. I was going to say, am I having deja vu? Because I'm seeing the exact same thing. We're back down in Tellers. We're running the exact same offensive strategy as University of Windsor, but immediately the 0 off the board for Sonic. Gabba ends up finding a second one as uniquely ends up going down as well. This is looking much better as a start for York, and Tox ends up finding misses 3 members now of the offense off the board.
This is the constructive approach we wanted to see. Slower, isolated fights, and every member of the York University side winning their gunfight because they're not being over-pressured and forced into these unforced error situations. Each of the members fighting as well, though. That being said for Tox and Gabba, star members been slamming kills left and right. No Name, however, has something to say to Gabba about whether they are going to be able to stay alive in this. 1 versus 5 would be a huge ask. Now 1 versus 4, the first is free in the 1v. All the work left for No Name to do.
You're not allowed the flawless round, but can they hold this one out? Do remember, this is match point here on map number 2. And it looks like every angle is being watched right now. You have 4 members to rip through still. Shots through the wall. Honda Tox. It's like, you know, he thought somebody could be there. Got some good damage onto the cap can. Just didn't end up finishing it off and was like, oh, somebody was there. Tox was able to run on away. No Name is just eating goo mine after goo mine after goo mine, making his way onto site. But the problem is, sitting up here, the site's downstairs. You gotta make your way down there. And it just feels like the more you run around, the more this team is just zeroing in on your position. Shots raining through from the 2nd floor, and that's gonna do it. Map number 2 goes to York. We are going to map 3.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The more movement made, the more information is given, the more audio is given, the more information gathered, and it was only going to be...
This is going to allow for York to come in offensively, get aggressive with this Deimos pick if they so choose, and pick off any sort of roamers that Windsor wants to throw at them, and we know they love to roam. There's your Valkyrie pick. Get her out of here. We're tired of the Valk. We don't want to see it anymore, and to round off the band's Azami. That's not Azami. It's Malusi. Azami makes it on through tonight, ladies and gents. How long? The bunker of University of Windsor, and I mean, they have a solid bunker. The Mute Jammer is going to prevent any drones from going in. The bullet's going to prevent Tox from even approaching. No Name ends up knocking down Tox, a member off the board for the offense, and it comes down to Shifts and Elder Sigma.
Yeah, Shifts over that diffuser there, looking down, knowing that somebody could potentially be holding the angle onto where it got dropped. Gets reclaimed instead. The cautious approach from York University is the one we spoke so well of them for. Seeing much more fruition to success from the gameplay efforts invested to results. This time around, Windsor find themselves a man up. We see the drone just searching in and out for some information from York University there behind the wall as we're on board here with Uniquely. Holding this position, Vector in hand.
You know, it's unfortunate the drones can't get close. This Mute still having those jammers all over, but Minsk ends up going down. The Lord has worked his magic. Elder Sigma ends up getting the pickup. We're even back out. Line scan goes out. The Nomad rushes on into her death as Uniquely ends up getting that pickup. You can't get past these windows. This is what we're talking about. Diffuser going down, though. There's nobody over on site. You gotta run on over. He didn't stick it. He ran on off the Nitro. You know what? Maybe it was in his own favor at that point. The Nitro ends up going off and is off the mark.
Doesn't find the shots though. No Name crouches underneath the spray out of Shifts and repeaks with the better sets of shots. Finds the headshot and closes out the round there. Shifts out there. Julian with the 5 head. And then it seems like the York University side with the 12 head just outthinks the outthinker. Big brains the brain play. Gets one through the floor with the shotgun. This time manages to find success in the first round. He's going to be running out of ammo on that thing soon though.
Great plant, though, coming in from York. They ended up jumping up onto the table because they knew that there was a Solaris waiting downstairs for them. The run out! Julian's room glass ends up finding GABA, and now it's a 1v1 scenario with only 25 seconds remaining. The Lions watching the long haul. The Nomad charge does end up going off and does tell exactly where this Solis is. Watching the long angle is going to be the Lion. He has no clue where he's coming. Time ticking down. Sees the diffuser. Shots railing in from across. He knows exactly where he is. Goes for the shot, and all the one has to do is wait. Shifts knows he doesn't have to push. Now runs on in. Does he have enough time? Can he find it? He can't find it. He gets it. He ends up securing the diffusal. Windsor take round 2.
Quality run we can find, it seems like, as he takes a sip of the first kill there. Shifts sliding on out of the action in this one.
This gets me every time, knowing we can see the silhouette on the opposite end, knowing somebody sitting right on the other end of the wall. Bullets raging on through. Julian's rum glass finds GABA. 3 members of York are down, and Julian's rum glass so much gets traded back on out by Elder Sigma. However, 2 make it 1 versus 4 as Sonic puts Elder Sigma on down and gets the refrag.
There is absolutely everything happening in this, so I'm not even going to say that this is done. Thunder Wizard ready for the 1 versus 4, because why the heck not at this point? It's going to be a little bit tough when he loses half his HP in the first contest, and Uniquely's there to finish it off. Any thoughts of chaos and randomness instantly banished.
And I gotta tell you, no matter what it is, it needs to come quick. You know, this still being a very defender-sided map is going in the favor of University of Windsor. Tox ends up knocking down No Name for the opening pick, and Julian's Rum Glass ends up trading out Elder Sigma, and Tox ends up going down to Minsk as well. A nice little 1-2 swing for Windsor.
And everything we said about the York University side seeing success was every time a 1-for-1 trade was not left missing a response. This time its response is extremely late, though Thunder Wizard does come through strong with Sonic's frag. Julian's Rum Glass there is, however, backing their support, trading out on a separate section of the map with GABA, and then finding Thunder Wizard in the extension. The third is on his left-hand side, tries to bang instead of waiting for the peek on the door frame, and Shifts catches him wanting at the end of the magazine. It is just Shifts left alive in a 1 versus 1.5, with Minsk missing the majority of their health.
All comes down to Shifts. Is Uniquely and Minsk enough for the defense to make this a 4-0 first half for University of Windsor, the largest lead that they have had so far. So good. Can they just put it away? The Lion has been spotted out, and all they gotta do is aim your barrels and close it out. Wait ever so patiently. He does have the diffuser on hand and doesn't understand that the Tachanka is waiting right around the corner, waiting for him to step on in. Frag ends up going through, and the Chamika launcher is ripping on through. Down goes the Tachanka. He's in the spot. He's going for the plant. It's the bait. Jumps up. Uniquely doesn't bite.
That's actually really good discipline from Uniquely, and now that he knows that he's got the off timing, he shouldn't be repeaking it, and he does repeat it, and Uniquely is there waiting for Shiftsy to just shift a little bit too much. In round number 5, he's sitting this one out and watching from the sidelines. Meanwhile, Fun Wizard and company also now losing a man themselves. Shifts being cursed by the caster bench to also take a seat. Sees a 4 versus 3 rocking in now. On board with Minsk. Scoping in, sees nothing. Thunder Wizard's getting a flash. Elder and Tox pick up one of theirs own apiece, and the third comes through then from Tox, and that's going to finish the round off. So York do find a successful attacking side round after some good game action 6 times in a row and cause ourselves to be a little predictable. With 150 left on the clock though, predictability in the bin. The round has developed so much that it's now down to guesswork as to whether people are an audio information minx. And uniquely, as we do not surprise ourselves seeing them two popping up in the key feed for the kills there, have 2 good picks of their own.
And just, you get a nice little stim heal to your HP bar, and then you'll slowly heal back up to full. Down goes Julian. No flawless round for Windsor. Elder Sigma gets the pickup, but now we know exactly where this Nomad is at. We know what side of the building she's on. She's got to go to the completely opposite side, though, and all the angles are being covered. Unfortunately, just off the mark was Sonic.
That's very close, was that there, actually. Sonic not finding the shot, but Sigma also not quite able to return the shots in time. I think Sonic would have been out the peak even if the shots were spot on target. First challenge on the left does go down. Sigma finishes that one off with a pistol. Nice bit of flair. Quick swap to the secondary rather than having to reload to finish that one off is good.
This is going to be the problem, though, and this is what I'm talking about and what makes this map so defender-sided. This choke point right here, and then on the opposite side, but it doesn't matter if you're just Elder Sigma. Ends up eating the flash from the Ella mine, creates himself some distance, but ends up going down nonetheless. Mintz gets the pickup. That's going to be the half. 5-1 University of Windsor leading the charge.
Board play at the time when you can, but sometimes it's also not going to pay off as well. You're going to find yourself being caught out if somebody's quick to the punch. Gabba, speaking of being quick to the punch, is going to find the first onto Mince. That's then going to inspire them onto a second into No Name. Good shots out of Uniquely, finds Gabba shut down though. Tox then finds one onto Sonic. Uniquely puts Tox out of the equation. 2 versus 3. Uniquely still with a fair amount of health left as well.
This is dangerous, though. I'm looking at who's alive. It's the Azami, it's the Fenrir, 2 operators who are great for A.
Reloads needing to come in. Sigma and Shifts both down to 1 bullet apiece at the wrong time. Could have been awkward, but now fully reloaded and still spraying off.
There's
Time's
the F
just not going to be enough.
Absolutely not. Elder Sigma gets the stab onto Julian's rum glass, and down she goes. Elder Sigma finishing it off, finishing the round, and giving York the second of the map. We're just seeing offset pings of him. This is a perfect scenario for Sonic if he can make it happen. And it's just if he can make it happen, though, at the end of the day. Right now, Gabba just needs to survive this, just needs to wait it out. But he has a whole another charge that he can use. Turning around the corner, 10 seconds, time ticking down. He has the diffuser, just run away is the plan. He's got to pull the goo mine out and then get the diffuser. Going for the plant only now, you gotta stick it. Shooting through the floor, it's a defense win. York end up taking it, and now it's 3-5 here. Closing in as well, you know, spots out the castle, but Tox spots out a bullet to the face. Minsk ends up getting the pickup, Uniquely ends up going down as well. There's Sigma. Sonic ends up finding a Thunder Wizard, and Elder Sigma ends up getting traded on out by No Name. We got 3 members for the defense off the board. 2 remaining, 4 for the offense. University of Windsor chugging along, tracking them down. Let's see if they can put this away. Let's see if they can take us to match point.
I get a stinking feeling that Gabba's got other thoughts in mind, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I have all the faith in Shifts being able to back him up, and Gabba has made magic happen when needed the most for the York University side. We are on board with Shifts in towards this B-side location. Got a good positioning right now. Minsk looking for some intel of their own. Shifts is not moving. This is going to be a gargoyle statue. Shifts until contact. Oh, it gets pre-fired out and No Name finds a different angle. That's going to be one down. There's a big pick for the Windsor side, and that's Sonic finishing it off as Gabba is now left exposed with too many problems to handle.
That was so unlucky for the Azami.
As he's all washed up now, so we'll see if Tox has got to respond to the next few rounds. But speaking of the players left alive, Julian's Rum Glass only half of it. Elder Sigma now eviscerated before my eyes as Uniquely puts a bullet between those 2 there. Shifts and Gabba, the last 2 left alive again. We're seeing deja vu scenarios. Julian's Rum Glass finds Shift, Gabba finds No Name, and Gabba in the 1v2. Gabba for the first of Julian's Rum Glass. Oh.
Ends up finding Julian's Rum Glass. Did see another member down the hallway. The diffuser's going down, though. Is he able to locate it? Is he able to find it? Is he able to stop it? Shoots through the wall, gets the pickup, but the diffuser has been dropped. It didn't get stuck. Goes through, and the attackers end up winning. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it. University of Windsor take the night.
Yeah, University of Windsor, they're able to rely on the man, myth, and legend that is Sonic. seen at multiple occasions throughout this best of three, slamming some great shots home.